I don't like it at the front.
Okay, so I don't. See, I'm better in this, by the way.
No, I just don't like it at the front. So, night before my surgery, and I've got 2 special guests, Vic and Laura, and we're going to play Scrabble.
Well, that's me in the car really early, to be fair. I'm hungry already, and I can't wait till I can eat again after surgery. That's not me beeping, by the way, that's the car, just so you know. I'm still working right now.
Yeah, they say number 4 is the best room.
Yeah, I don't think. I've got a corner view. I see the Big Ben from my window.
Why are you lying for? Yeah. How do you feel about your own Vivianne?
Serious question. Good, because I know what's coming, because of you. Okay.
Why do you always think you have to be better than me? You're the one who has to go hamstring and meniscus, and technically you don't leave your work.
Oh, bye.
Okay, mate, go for it.
The feeling I get when I play football. When I play the game, nothing else in the world matters. Nothing else in the world exists. All the sadness goes away.
It's kind of like your happy place. When you're not able to play football.
It's torture. Mental and physical torture.
Your easy happy place disappears.
This is what this injury does to you.
We are the generation right now that needs to up the standard for the next generation coming. It is our responsibility to look after one another, and we have done that. We need to keep speaking out about it.
We'll keep going till they listen.
I'm Gary Lewin. I'm Head of Performance Services for Arsenal Women Football Club. When a player ruptures their anterior cruciate, they damage one of the main ligaments in the knee. There are 4 ligaments in the knee, which I'll show you on the model. So if this is the knee, this is the thigh bone, articulating with the lower bone, the tibia. You have a ligament on the outside, that's called the lateral collateral ligament, and that is for stability on the outside of the knee. On the inside, you have a medial collateral ligament, and that's for stability on the inside of the knee. Then inside the knee, it's probably best if I show you from behind, you have 2 cruciates. You have a posterior cruciate that stops backward movement of the tibia and helps with rotation of the knee. But the main one is the anterior cruciate, and what it does, it stops forward movement of the tibia and rotation of the knee. So if you look at the mechanism of injury when you do a cruciate, normally you have a player that is sort of semi-flexed, fully weight-bearing with some rotation. And what happens is the knee tends to buckle inwards, and then that puts stress on the anterior cruciate and it ruptures.
You can't preempt anything. I do believe things happen for a reason, and if that's meant to be in the form of an ACL or a broken collarbone or whatever it may be, unfortunately, yeah, as cliche as it sounds, it's part and parcel of the game, so.
Spine-tingling stuff, isn't it, Caroline? Another mouth-watering showpiece occasion for the Women's Super League. Arsenal, the leaders, hoping to pull 3 points clear of champions Chelsea.
The day of the game, I think there was a lot of mixed emotions for me.
What an impressive start to the campaign it's been for Manchester United.
The week before I was away with England, I left camp early to go home to my mum because she wasn't doing so great. A difficult time for me, but I trained the day before the game, felt good. You know, I woke up that morning feeling excited, playing at the Emirates in front of a big crowd against one of the best teams in the league.
So we're good to go here in front of this big crowd at the Emirates.
And yeah, went into the game ready to do what I always did. You know, we had a tough start to the game. United put a lot of pressure on us. They obviously went 1-0 ahead. We then got ourselves back into the game, 1-1, 2-1. Probably as an Arsenal team, we should have looked after the game a lot better than we did at that point, especially being at home, and got 2-2. You know, you start to panic a bit more, the game becomes a bit more, you know, end-to-end, a bit more physical, and then they go 3-2 up, and I think it was quite late on in the game that it kind of takes a lot of energy out of you, and you've worked so hard to get yourself back into the game to only let it go again. Jen flicked it on and I ran after a ball that I never would have at that point in the game, but we were losing, so why would I not try and keep it in then? The movement that caught me was probably one I've done 1,000 times, just milliseconds of this movement. I planted and got nudged in a different direction, running at quite high speed, and I think at the time, until you slow it down, it doesn't look so bad, but when you see the way my knee moves, it's not ideal, and then the pain that follows that was not very nice. You know, the team are quite frantic at that point, that they want to keep the game moving, but I'm off at the sideline in a lot of pain and nobody really knows what's happened.
The moment that Beth got injured against Man United, I thought she had hurt her ankle, so I told her to get off the pitch. But very quickly, when I seen the way she was grabbing her knee, I thought, oh, that's not good.
I remember the pain settling maybe 30 seconds to a minute after and thinking, actually, I might be okay here. I think deep down I didn't want to think it was this injury, but I thought maybe I've just tweaked something, but not the dreaded ACL. I felt like someone had just gone into my knee and hit it either side with a hammer. But it felt really, really slow, even though the movement itself, when you see it in real time, is really, really quick. So much pain to then disappear within a minute or so was a bit of a weird feeling, but yeah, I always tried to be positive, walked off and thought maybe it's just tweaked or I've just called it wrong or it's banged against a bone or whatever it may be. And yeah, obviously it was my ACL banging against bones.
After the game, I sprinted inside straight away to make sure that she was okay, but I think she was still quite optimistic about her not having done her knee.
Yeah, the next day I went for my scan. Got back from the scan 20 minutes later and the physios have already stood there waiting to take me into a room to tell me I've ruptured my ACL. And knowing a World Cup was coming up, a full season still for Arsenal to play, and I know I'm not going to probably be playing any of them, was a lot of thoughts go through your mind quite quickly.
There's not much like you can say or feel or do, I think, at that moment. Like, I went down, I sat with her, the other girls came in, and now it's part of like her needing to process it, like us just being there for her. And yeah, it's really sad because you know what she's going to have to go through, and there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, it was my time I cried, and then after that, I've tried to just get myself through. Unfortunately, that is what it is, and although it's not an ideal injury, it gave me precious time with my mum. So yeah, that's why I always say that I believe things happen for a reason.
I don't think anyone could have written what really happened. The pitch was my happy place. It could just make me forget about everything. In the game, the first 30 minutes, like obviously it was a bit up and down, like we had a bit of the ball, then they had a bit of the ball, like I felt fine. I think it was like the 32nd minute or something. I went down because I started having a migraine and I was like, oh, I might need to come off at half-time, which then we basically said, like, that's fine, like, let's just finish the first half. I think 2 minutes before half-time, it obviously happened. The lead up to the game wasn't great. I probably should have pulled myself out, but it's really hard to do that as a player.
I seen her go down and stay down, and I think when Viv stays down on the floor, there's something wrong. It doesn't happen very much.
Yes, I felt let down by probably my own decision making, and obviously in the end my body as well, but I remember Wally being fouled in midfield and I thought, I'll go get the ball back. And then once I planted my foot, I obviously heard a massive pop. I had a lot of pain and
I had never felt something like that before in my life, so I knew straight away that I had done my knee. First moment when I actually fell down, I just thought, I can drive Beth home for Christmas, which I had promised for her to spend time with her mum. And then I think the second thought, like I remember DVD and Leah Williamson coming over to me and I was like, I've done my ACL. And they were like, no, you don't know. And I was like, yes, I do.
She was very much aware she'd done her ACL straight away, which I can't actually believe it's happened even still to this day. Like, I know that ACL injuries happen, but for us two people in the same household to have exactly the same injury at a very close time was, yeah, pretty crazy.
And I think the emotions just came from the fact you just realise you're missing a World Cup straight away. You miss the rest of the season, you're going to be out for 9 months. And yeah, it's just not really nice to think about all that in that moment, I don't think. I don't think you're aware of the physical pain as much because my brain just started overthinking and overworking straight away. I also think it is because once I was laying on the pitch, I seen the girls' faces around me and they all obviously look very, very worried. And I was like, if they look at me that way, then again, like it just tells me that obviously I have done my knee. So yeah, try to forget about the knee. I actually remember Beth came down on her crutches to wait for me while I was getting stretchered inside. And yeah, we were just sitting on the physio bed in the Emirates Stadium with the two of us looking at each other like, we've messed up here. We've done something really stupid together. And then all the girls kept coming in and they were just crying and felt sad for us. But at the same time, I think that exactly showed how close we are as a team and how much we can help each other along the way. And yeah, it was a special night, to be fair, in a good way and a bad way. I think the first moment I seen Beth, like I was obviously still laying on the stretcher. And I actually remember looking at each other and she was crying and I was just laughing. I was like, we're gonna have to go through this together somehow.
Beth's done a fabulous job. Very happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Probably either gonna end up in a breakup or probably stronger, but no, it was very emotional.
Honestly, you couldn't write it. It's been not easy to say the least since then, but at the same time, we've both very much understood what we're going through.
At that moment, football goes out the way, like it becomes more of a well-being thing and like trying to be there for one another. And yeah, I just remember getting home at night and we were obviously like sitting on the sofa and we had to fight for who was allowed to be in the corner to stretch her knee. And then yeah, I was waiting for the next day to get my scan, but I already knew exactly what I had done anyway, so.
Like on the ward, chatting to this annoying woman already again. Yeah, she's not annoying, she's actually quite lovely. Very worried.
I was worried. I was texting her all the time, worried about you, and then I thought, oh, she's milking it in the recovery room now.
I've got 2 bad legs, you only have 1 to worry about.
That's true.
So it's a competition again.
No,
We'll get used to that, won't
it's
we?
not a competition.
Oh, no.
You done amazing and you were out quicker than me, so you won it. Well, I'll catch up with you now in 4 weeks' time.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much.
I think the initial reaction from the squad, as it was with all of us, was devastation. Not only because 2 of their players have got the same injury, the fact that Viv and Beth are partners, and the fact that it was still fresh in the memory that Beth's injury occurred, I think it was a bit of disbelief as well. We've looked back over the years at Arsenal women and other women's teams, and you tend to average 1 a year. Well, we went 2 or 3 years without one, and our buses have all come along at the same time. But it is very, very unusual. And again, this is now opening up the debate of why.
It's being described as an
epidemic among female athletes.
It's a huge problem.
You're losing a lot of key players.
Not just from England, just from around the world.
From the professional level all the way down to youth sports.
It's happening too much now.
Unfortunately, it is just the tip of the iceberg.
It doesn't necessarily feel like we fully understand it yet.
Female footballers suffering from ACL injuries.
ACL injuries.
ACL.
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 ACL injuries are on the rise.
Women are 6 times
more likely to suffer an ACL injury
than men.
So I guess the question is, why are ACL injuries so common in women's football?
There's already a debate of why women are more prone to anterior cruciate ruptures, and that's what we want to add to, and that's what we want to research, and we're really keen to do the work on that. There's another team that had 5 in the last 18 months. There's one of the big teams in Europe that have had 4 in the last 18 months. So it's not unusual in women's football. It's not something we've experienced here before.
Until I'd done my ACL, although I've seen people do it, I heard about people doing it, actually being in it and physically doing it is very, very different. People get excited to see me, Viv, Laura, Leah run on the pitch, but there's been a lot before then of stuff that nobody will see.
I think it's just something that we need to start speaking less emotionally about. Like, I think obviously it's really tough to go through, and especially when you've actually first done it, you're like, oh my God, I'm the next one. I'm never gonna play again, or I might not come back to my old level. Like, I do think it's something that we do need to discuss and we do need to speak about, but we need to do it in the right way.
There is a big psychological element to this. I mean, when I first started in sports medicine, an anterior cruciate rupture was a career-ending injury. Now it seems to be routine, but it's still a long haul where you're watching your teammates playing and performing, and every day you're in the gym, every day you're coming in for treatment.
I had a couple of weeks where I was on my own, which is always a good thing because there's not many people injured, but it's nice to have the company. It's a hard one, it's like a bittersweet one. You want the girls out on the pitch, but also it's nice to have the company and different energies in the gym. I think the difficult thing with an ACL is the ones that get injured now, they're still in and out before you're even out again. So like Caitlin and Steph are in at the moment. They'll be back out on the pitch in the next week or 2 before I'm anywhere near even running a straight line. So you've got to learn to cycle, and you've got to learn to run on the pitch again. Your muscles disappear. You've got to build them back up. You've got to teach yourself how to walk normal without a limb. Me and Viv have never had that before. It's not enjoyable, not at all. It's difficult some days. You could go through a full programme on your own, just ticking over, and not talk to someone for an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym, and then you realize, but it is difficult, like it is difficult. And I'm not a person who likes to be on my own very often in my own company, so yeah, not the nicest. It's the longest in my career I've never kicked a football properly. I've been on the grass. I think my longest injury before this one was 3 months. So 9 months is taking it a bit extreme, really, isn't it? It's a tedious and long process for all of us that are going through it. There's a lot of ups and downs within this rehab.
We're not glowing yet, so we're all right. That's because you're only 60% body weight. 50? What happened there? So, first night after surgery, came home around 6 o'clock today. Haven't been feeling that great, but it's obviously normal. I'm really happy that my mum is here, taking care of me. And these are my legs right now. Because I've got my hamstring ref on the other side, I'll be game readying both legs. That's probably needy Beth calling me right now. There you go. So, yeah.
I think they go that way. Because surely that won't bend back that way. Around here?
Yeah, that's back.
Not here?
Yeah,
Right here?
Yep.
Do you mind if I guide it just a little bit up and just see how you feel? Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Go. Look at that bend. Good, one more for me. But look, you're showing signs that it's working because we want that quad activation. Okay, and again, one more time. It's just like, go on, good. Relax.
sun is shining for you, girl.
I know! Yay! I know, I'll follow you out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's all.
I know. You're happier than me. Special day today. 4.5 months since the boots were last worn. I've never been so excited to run in my life. Oh, I want to do that one, Rose.
You want to hit me?
No, that. So many long days in the gym where you've not gone outside, you've not got that fresh air, you've not done what you've done for so much of your career. The day I was going out, I was like a kid at Christmas, just to run in a straight line on a pitch, which sounds so silly, but it was the best thing ever. Is this yours? Is this yours?
Yeah.
Off! I just want a sip.
No. Nervous.
I'm just gonna no, okay. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Viv's nervous for me. If there's one day I'm allowed to be loud, today can be the day.
Every day is a day for you.
Laura looked more excited for me to go on the pitch than me. She was so excited.
That's cute.
It is cute. It's been a while. 4.5 months since I last wore these things. But we'll see if I can run in them now. And they're doing the session next to you and you can hear a few of them shouting you and cheering you on. It's a really nice feeling. Ultimately, it's why we're playing team sport, because you have them people there to get you through. It's awkward when your boots are whiter than your socks, so.
Come on then. That's a great picture to tweet you by.
You're annoying.
Bye, have fun.
Thank you.
Oh, don't do anything stupid.
Would I ever?
Yeah, you would, so that's why.
Football!
Nice strict standing mates.
I mean, obviously miss being out there with the girls, miss being able to help the team on the pitch.
Hey, Caitlin! I know. Mum put good weather on for me.
I think for me, like watching them train and play, like it's not really jealousy. Like obviously you want to be out there, but you want them to enjoy it, you want them to do well.
Again? Yeah.
I can take the piss out of her right now because I'll be that I'll be that in 2 months. I'm probably more nervous for Beth doing this than she was this morning. But it's good that she's back out on the pitch. She picked a good day as well, so I just need to be patient. I'm a bit slower.
We compete on every little thing.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it's hard because obviously I'm a month ahead, but it's good for us. It's a healthy competition, and I think we're both pushing each other in the right direction so far. We haven't killed each other yet, anyway.
Not yet.
There's still time.
She looks decent though. Bit stiff, but
blowing.
Yeah, absolutely blowing. Just so stupid that you're so excited to run for 2 minutes, eh? Seeing the girls do well just makes you want to be on the pitch sooner. So I think we can just use it as motivation.
Yeah, as much as we can be around them. Like obviously we'll be right behind the dugout on Monday night.
They play Wolfsburg on Monday, semi-final in the Champions League.
Sold out Emirates.
Which will be exciting for everyone, nerve-wracking for us.
Even when you're in the squad, you know you can play a part, whereas everything at the moment is out of our control. We can support them in the best moments at half-time, before the game, and
it's just different. Like you've got a different role. Like we know we're injured, we know we've got more girls injured. I still like to think that we can help them somehow to get past the next couple games and hopefully in the end win a couple prizes.
It's a hard feeling to explain until you've done it, and I hope that no one has to experience that because it's not nice.
They better just win and no injuries.
Everyone knows about Christmas chocolate.
Yeah.
Who's been eating it all?
No. I had to go to the other room because I was crying. Wow, like one more ACL.
We wanted to delve into it more and try and understand it a little bit better, see if there was anything that we could do.
We've actually got a really good opportunity to get some of the key researchers from around the world.
The why is a big topic.